Hi, I'm Dave with Jay. Today, talking about the possibility of Calgary re-hosting an Olympic Games in 2026. The proposal is out, the draft plan, which I have right here. And look at the size of this thing. This is just the beginning of this draft plan. Jay, I have some concerns about it. I was on the bubble before. I've got to admit, I wasn't in, I wasn't out, I wasn't sure. I'm not quite so sure now. I'm kind of off the bubble. I'll tell you why. But clearly, money's a big issue.
That's right. And that's my biggest concern is, the quotes that we're hearing thrown about by the yes side for the Calgary Olympics 2026 are, I believe, they're lowballed, they're underestimated, so that it really isn't a good plan in my belief. They've said that the estimate is $5.2 billion budget to host these games. And yet the fact of the matter is that our most recent Canadian Games in Vancouver in 2010 was $7.7 billion. So I want to ask you, Dave, is that believable that it's going to come in that much under, and it's like 16 years later?
Clearly, no. I mean, the proponents are saying, it's only going to cost us $3 billion of taxpayers' money. That's all. Come on, Jay. You and I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute.
No.
So it could be double that. But the proponents don't seem to care because they make the equation between community building, the Canadian economy, we need a shot in the arm, it's good for everybody in the country. There is obviously, I was here in '88, Jay, it was a fantastic experience. The world came to Calgary in '88. Calgary was in serious economic straits in 1988. I know we're not a lot better right now. I get that. I understand that. But at that point, I think in the evolution of the energy industry in this country, Canada and Calgary needed a shot in the arm. We needed a boost, and that was there. I don't think we need it now as much.
Well, I hope not. I guess, as you say, that's debatable. One of the other problems that I have with this is just exactly how it's going to work. I mean, the presentations thus far have said that the events will be spread over Calgary, Canmore, Whistler, and possibly Edmonton.
Just say no.
Edmonton.
No.
Exactly.
How can you have a Calgary Olympics in Edmonton?
It's unbelievable.
So it wouldn't be the Calgary Games, would it?
No.
How can you call it the Calgary Olympics?
And we're going to hold a referendum. The government in Edmonton, might I say, the NDP government is insisting upon a referendum, but it's only of Calgary. Why?
Well, if
it's going to be possibly in Edmonton, what do Edmontonians think about this? What do the people in Whistler think about hosting this?
What do all the rest of the country think about it?
Well, especially Western Canada. It's going to be a Western Canadian Olympics, not a Calgary Olympics.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. The other challenge I've got is the legacy issue. A lot of people talk about the legacy of the Olympics. We clearly had one from '88. We've got all the winter sport facilities at COP. We've got the Saddle Dome. In this proposal, there's none of that.
No.
There's no arena. People wanted an LRT to the airport as part of infrastructure expansion.
To get the people to and from
it's not
the games.
There. Yeah. There's no legacy, and that's what really bothers me about this too. They talk about a housing legacy. Well, the Athletes Village will let seniors and people who need affordable housing use that. Okay, great, that's nice, that's good. But is that the legacy of the 2026 Olympics? Some seniors housing? I'm a senior! But I don't think it's enough, Jay. And I agree with you about the locations.
One of the things I've been saying, Dave, and I'm getting tired of saying it, but given the costs and the growing unpredictability of weather, and even more so than those two things, the cost and all of the dynamics that go into the issue of security and protection. Arguably, that cost $1 billion in Vancouver just for the security, to make this secure. I think that what we should be looking at is having one location for Winter Olympics, possibly in Switzerland, another one for the Summer Olympics, and they should be set up permanently with the proper facilities, the proper secure measures to protect the athletes.
Well, okay, I mean, that's one rationale. I think the bloom is off the rose for the Olympics. They're having a tough time getting cities to do it because of the very things you talked about, the expenses, the cost of security, etc. So it's not as romantic as it used to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Jay, I don't know if it's Switzerland is the place. Could be. But maybe the permanent location idea, Greece, I guess, for the summers, right? That should be in Athens.
That was the idea.
Thanks, Jay. Great conversation. Thanks, you guys, too, for joining us, because you should get engaged in this one pretty quickly because the referendum is coming up in November. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. Stay engaged with us. That's what we want you to do. Hit the subscriber button below. Watch us on Facebook or Twitter. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot.